Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, week 2, winter 2014-2015 season, and of course should be an exciting matchup as the Green Hornets take on the Yellow Jackets. This should be an exciting matchup to see. Not exactly sure who's going to come out with the victory, but it should be exciting to see either way what will happen. Andy Tanzan here alongside me, co-partner Clive Telvsey. Clive, good to have you back in the booth again.
Oh, great to be back, Andy. You know, I don't get so many opportunities to broadcast these over 50 hockey games, but nevertheless, should be an exciting matchup to see here today. Got some interesting things to look at here today. Obviously, one of these teams will still remain undefeated at the end of today's matchup. But one thing that's exciting to see, Omar Chakwon, I think he's back in action again, unofficially scoring 5 goals last week to break the new record and to set the new record straight. 5 goals in one game. Of course, again, that's unofficial, but you have to love the way these Green Hornets have been playing so far. And of course, last week's demolishing 10-2 victory over Grey Wolves still gets me chills over, Andy.
Gets me the chills as well, Clive. You know, a team that's 10-2, or a team that wins 10-2 heading into a game against the Yellow Jackets. Obviously, we know that it's not going to be the same kind of score, but nevertheless, you know, Yellow Jackets definitely have some work they're going to have to do if they're going to be looking to getting back to winning in another game. And of course, for the Yellow Jackets, you know, again, lots of offensive players, not really any defensive players, you could say. Tom Buckle, Steve Paganella, that's just about it. Clive, for any kind of defensive potential.
Yeah, and of course, even though Lou Demeza and Matt Sharina have some defensive capabilities, it still isn't enough to be considered a true defenseman. And of course, that could kill for a high-powered Grey Wolves offensive team.
And of course, you know, again, Jim Thomas, Omar Chakwon, that is the key players for this Green Hornet team. And of course, we have some new faces for the Green Hornets. Of course, rookie Bob Transtin, again, another Minnesota product, making his debut today. We'll see how Transtin does in his matchup.
And of course, you know, lots of rookies this season has an opportunity to make this league boom, perhaps, and make some well-known plays, but again, we'll have to see, and ultimately it'll determine what we'll find out.
And of course, we thank you folks for tuning into our pre-game report. We'll have the first period and face-off to you shortly. Don't go away. We'll be right back. This is Over 50 Hockey on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Here we are, folks, just getting ready to begin face-off. Demeza to take the face-off against Jim Thomas. This one intercepted. Lostman gives it back to Washburn. Now picked up by Paganella. Paganella off to the races, and he gets stopped, and here comes Jim Thomas the other way. This one off to Thomas. Making a nice move around Lostman, trying to get around Demeza. And he's still skating circles around. This one deflected off of Washburn. And here comes an open Jim Thomas, 3-on-1 opportunity. Fine, sets up the foul ball, takes a shot, knocked away by Strader. Demeza looking to set up this one now off to Lostman. This one out to Washburn, deflected off of Lostman, this one back to Garrett. On trying to get to it first, but instead it's stopped. Sharina now back to Neil Armstrong. And Chakwon will get this one knocked away. Gets past Buckholz and now back over towards Scott McCants, I believe. No, that's no correction. That's their rookie player, Kenny Pullman. Back to Buckholz. Sets it to McCants. Fires the shot, and it is stopped by Chewy. He makes a terrific save.
And of course, Chewy's going to have a great game today if he continues to make saves like that. And it's going to be a long day for the Yellow Jackets in terms of the scoring.
Steve Byrne trying to get this one away. This one back to Buckholz. Now to Chakwon. This one to Shaquan, working off of Sharina. And here comes Shaquan the other way. Nice pass around. Here goes a big opportunity shot. Shooting it high, just a little out of the reach of Arnie Strader, the keeper. This one back over to Buckholtz. Staying around now is Thomas. Finds Steve Bird. Sets up to D'Angelo. Around Paganella, gets away though. And it's Pullman who clears it out in the Green Hornet end. Now off to Transton. And in the process, it looks like Phil Field knocked the net back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit surprising there, you know. Phil Field definitely loves to slide on the ice a lot. You know, this is his Islands of Adventure moment, as you would call it, Andy.
So now Jim Thomas taking the face off against Tish. Back over to Paganella. Washburn gets it off to Transton. Now back over, intercepted by Garrett. This one out to Thomas. Big opportunity here. Around Paganella. Looking to finish the shot, knocked away by Strader, and here comes Senkata. Back off the balls, out of Transton's reach, and this is Garrett. This one around to Demeza. This one now to Giacomin. Shaquan. Now back around to Mark Walker. Buckle shoots it right into foul ball. This one now around to Giacomin. Stripped loose by Draper. Working off of Pullman. Now back to Shaquan. In the deep slot. Looking to set up. And referee halts play. Believe the net got off its point targets again.
Yeah, the net's definitely been having a habit of that so far. Very surprising.
Shaquan and Demeza. This is to Shaquan. Sets up to Walker. Off of Demeza. This is foul ball. Pullman struggling to get this one off to a player. This one now to Giacomin. Sets up for Lossman. Off the ball, this one to Shaquan. Shaquan looking to set up. Sets up to... That was Doug Draper, and this one goes in. 1-0 Green Hornets, and they continue to throw the firepower on this Yellow Jacket team. And 6:57 remains in the opening period, and the Green Hornets are the one that strike first.
As to be expected, Andy. I mean, the Green Hornets again. You have that balance and the team that's going right now. Arguably the strongest team right now in this over 50 hockey league, and they got the job done through firepower. And now the Yellow Jackets have to regroup and think about strategy here.
This is Thomason Armstrong on the face-off. This one out to Washburn. Now gets it around. Find the shot straight and knocks it away. This one now back over to Ivan. Sets it to Washburn. Working off of Sharina. Back to Washburn. And here comes the Stallion trying to make it happen again in the deep slot. And he gets knocked away off the putt by Phil Field.
Great tackle there by Phil Field.
He's trying to make some defensive happen, trying to make the defensive effort happen, and he just got it done again. So Field clears this one in the Yellow Jacket zone. This one back to Paganella. Gets the pass from Armstrong, intercepted by Phil Field again. This one now to Paganella. Trying to strip it loose from Paganella. And now settled to Neil Armstrong. And Washburn knocks it away from his possession. From Ivan now trying to get this one out to Thomas. And McCann's trying to get it out of Thomas's possession. Does, but has to regroup. But now after D'Angelo. Sets it back to Thomas. This one out to Buckle. And the puck will officially be dumped back in. Now over to Foreman. Puck now to Steve Byrne. Gets this one off the boards. This one now to Trouncing. Looking to set up, and this one's intercepted. This one to Byrne. Now taking the shot was Jim Panisse, but Chewy's there with the save. Now to Draper. Washburn. This one missed by Jaquan. They will regroup. This one back to Jaquan. Washburn. This one to foul ball. Trying to set up to Jaquan. This one now to Washburn. Firing the shot, knocked away by Strader. Jaquan strips it loose in the deep slot. Dangerous opportunity here for the Green Hornets. Looking to set up to Washburn. Firing the shot, knocked away. Here comes Paganella. And this one gets cleared out and will be for the icing call. So Yellow Jackets make a lineup change. 3:29 here in the opening period. Clive, what do you think of this game right now?
Right now, clearly, no matter what happens, this has been a very impressive performance so far by the Yellow Jacket team. A team that's just basically filled with all forwards and 1 or 2 defensemen, and they're keeping up with the strongest team in the league right now. Only down 1-0. That is pretty impressive.
Byrne firing the shot. This one to Thomas. Slips and falls. Another shot made straight and knocked away. Third opportunity knocked away. Jim Thomas shot trying to extend the lead to 2-0, and it just can't happen that way. And here comes another icing call. So Thomas and Armstrong now on the face-off. This one back to Buckholtz. Setting up to Thomas, firing the shot, knocked away off the net. And here comes Buckholtz. Struggling to get the puck out of there. And now finds McCants. Sets it up to Serena. This one now stripped loose from Thomas. And now this shot going all the way back in the Yellow Jacket zone. Icing call is made. So now face-off taking place deep in the Green Hornet zone. Heading near the end, we'll see how it goes from there. So now it would be the likes of Omar Chekwan taking on the face-off against Armstrong. Now back to Garrick. This is to Paganella. To McCants. Now back to Trouncing. Intercepted. Now from Paganella. Working off of D'Angelo. This one back to Chekwan. Back to field. Paganella. Intercepted by Washburn. Now back over to Sinclair. Bounces from Garrick. And this one's back in the Yellow Jacket zone. Now to Tish. Stopped by Chekwan. Intercepted. This is Phil Field. Into the Yellow Jacket zone. In the deep slot, looking to set up, knocked away by a defender. And that's Jim Pernice. Good job by Pernice to be in the right place at the right time, and he moves the Yellow Jackets forward. This is to Sinclair. Knocked away by the keeper. To Tish. In the deep slot. Sets up to Gagnon, fires the shot, and it is saved again by Chewy. Unbelievable timing, Clive.
And again, give kudos and props. Phil McClung has definitely been getting the job done for the Green Hornets squad right now. Not allowing anything to get past him. Well done, effort.
This one now, Demeza and Thomas on the face-off. Back to Walker. This one now back to Draper. And now Demeza intercepted by Thomas. Nice tackle off the puck. This one now back in the Yellow Jacket end. As we are now in the closing seconds of the opening period. Giacomin. Stripped loose by Thomas, and this is now Draper. Back to foul ball. From Demeza to Buckholz, now off to Coleman. Now to Giacomin. Real chance. Knocked away by Walker. Back to Buckholz. Trying to set up to Giacomin. This is to Losman. Now back to Walker. And that is how the first period is going to come to an end.
Have to love the way these Green Hornets have been playing so far, as well as the Yellow Jackets. A tight game here, only 1-0, and of course the own lone goal being scored was through a garbage goal effort. So give credit to the Yellow Jacket team. That's again 11 forwards, 2 defensemen. That's realistically what you have to look at with that squad against a Green Hornet team that is well built. They're getting their hockey's worth right now. First intermission, 1-0 Green Hornet lead. We will return for second period face-off. This is Over 50 Hockey on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. And it's Washburn trying to stop in. Diving is Sharina, and that's a poor call right there. I didn't quite see the tripping there. I just saw Sharina diving over the stick. Yeah, a little bit of a questionable call by the referees. I think they got themselves fooled. And of course, that's going to be an unfortunate booking call for the Green Hornet squad.
Yellow card coming up, and of course you know what that means. A man advantage for the Yellow Jackets to tie this thing up. Draper and Armstrong. Fires to Garrett. Stopped by Chewy. And there's Neil Armstrong again with the last second efforts of trying to get his stick in there.
Yeah, when the referee blows the whistle, that I believe that means that you have to stop, regardless of what happens. If the referee blows the whistle, the play's over. Don't try to get yourself in a stupid penalty. Garrick firing the shot, knocked away by Chewy. This one to Paganella. Trying to set up to McCants instead. This one's to Field, and he'll get this one cleared out. This one's stopped by Ivan. Back to Paganella. Washburn and Sharina fighting for the puck. This one in the deep slot. Sharina looking to set up to Paganella. This one going backwards, and they will have to regroup. This one to Armstrong. Gets it around the field. On the right side. Looking to set up to Tish. This one to Buckholtz. So Armstrong looking to set up near opportunity, knocked away. How unfortunate for the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, they tried so hard, yet the defense comes away through and they make sure that they are still denying the Yellow Jackets. Well done effort. Washburn gets this one cleared out. This one now to Buckholtz. Off to Tish. Set up to Panisse. Cincotta. Firing the shot as he gets leveled by Jim Thomas. Pullman gets it back in the Green Hornet end. Steve Byrne trying to get this one cleared out. We're now at even strength. The Green Hornet player comes back in, and checking in will be Omar Chakwon. Steve Byrne trying to get this one fired up. Now to Buckholtz. Misfires the shot, and Jaquan trying to get in the way. And Cincotta's shot deflected by Transtin, and this one's heading back the other direction. This one now to Pullman. And Draper knocks Buckholtz out of the play. This one now off to Perny. Stripped loose by Jaquan, and he's heading the other direction. This one now misfires from Draper. This one out to Demeza. On the right side, in the deep slot. Looking to set up. And he has to regroup. Can't find anyone. And Mark Walker lands right into the net. And that is what's going to stop play right there. This one now to Sharina, working off a foul ball, and this one taken away by Byrne. Now back over to Draper. Intercepted Paganella. This one now to Chaquan. Getting away is McCants. Now off the foul ball. This one back over to Byrne. Sets up to Chaquan in the deep slot. Firing through Armstrong, getting the way. Now it's Thomas with another shot opportunity, knocked away. This one back to Armstrong. And this one gets knocked away. Regrouping now is Mark Walker. pass back over to Walker. Off the boards, looking for Tom Ivan Sr. And he will be out-hustled by Bill Tish. And this one now intercepted by Washburn. Big opportunity. Puck now back over to Field. Fires the shot. And of course Jim Pernice, he had no choice. He had to get out of the way of that shot.
Yeah, his head could have been taken off if Bill Field had any more power.
Ivan firing the shot. And this one knocked high by Strader. This one now to Garrick. Out of Sincotta's reach. Intercepted by Ivan. Field. To Jim Thomas. Making two moves around Yellow Jackets. Tommy's trying to find his shot. Sets it back up to Field. Stripped away by Paganella. Green Hornets must regroup. Finds Washburn. To Transtin. This is to Giacomin. Firing the shot and it's in! Oh, it's in! Real unfortunate there. Unbelievable. Gotta be feeling bad right now for Chewy.
Oh, real unfortunate right there. That was just,
Giacomin was able to step in front.
he had nobody covering him. Green Hornets were laxing off a little bit, and that allowed the Yellow Jackets to come in and tie this game. 5:58 remaining. It is a 1-all game. Chewy got caught sleeping, and the Yellow Jackets strike gold there.
This one back to Buckholtz. Trying to find his man in Giacomin, now intercepted by Draper. This one back to D'Angelo. To Walker. Now back to Transtin. Lost control of it. Now back over to Bird. Draper trying to find his shot, hits ball, knocked away, and here comes Demeza. Back to Giacomin. Looking to set up to Demeza, this one knocked away, now Draper regroups. Pass Portman, now to foul ball. He'll get this one cleared out. This one now back to Thomas. Off now to Shaquam. Off the backhand, this is to Phil Field. Looking to set up to foul ball, now off to Washburn. Back to Shaquam. This one back over. This is to Paganella firing the shot. Armstrong with the setup. This one now to Paganella. Puck flipped high to Sharina. Trying to outskate Washburn. This one out to Thomas, skating around, off to Sharina. This is Garrett. Missed opportunity by Paganella, now they have to regroup. Garrett now back over to Paganella. And the drunken referee seems to not find his place here so far.
Yeah, he definitely needs to make sure he's finding a right plate, a spot in position, and always being aware of where the puck is, because if he interferes, you know, that can cause some controversy as well.
Chiquan, this one back to Walker. Regroups to Steve Byrne. Off the boards. Back over to Garrett. Pass intended for Tish, now taken away by Bird. Draper. Trounced in. Looking to set up to Ivan. The opportunity there. And Strader kicks it away. A big opportunity there by the Green Hornets. Should have been a 2-1 lead, but thanks to the likes of Arnie Strader, he keeps it a tied game. Tish. Pieces to Garrett. Stripped loose by Draper. Now back over to Sincorda. Garrett. Into the Green Hornet zone. Knocked away now by Trouncing. Walker. Intercepted by Tom Buckholt. To Giacomin. Real chance on the left side. Bouncing around behind the net. This one now to Trouncing. Sharina. This is Walker. Ivan gets it around Buckholz and now back over towards Paulman. Giacomin lost control of it, gets it back to Buckholz. Walker to the Meza. Trying to take the shot and he's denied by Chewy. Real unfortunate Yellow Jacket opportunity. Could have taken the lead there in the end of the second period, but it goes for naught. Yeah, Yellow Jackets will not have to regroup right now, but at least on the bright side, face-off will take place deep in the Green Hornet zone. So another offensive opportunity here, and they're just going to have to play their cards right. And of course, the Yellow Jackets with the lineup the Green Hornets have right now, again, Jim Thomas seems to be the only threat. So if the Yellow Jackets can set up right, it might be a big opportunity. But it's a missed shot by Portman, and now it's off the foul ball. To Thomas. Big opportunity here. On the right side, heading into the deep slot, spins around, looking to set up. To Armstrong. Back around now to Sharina. 50 seconds remain. This one's a straighter, falling on the puck. I'll get this one kicked out. And this one now back, and this is 40 seconds remain. And it's a 1-1 game. And it appears another referee has had an Islands of Adventure moment. Hopefully he's alright. Yeah, definitely got the ice there for sure, but I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it might have hit something or slipped, it fell. Armstrong and Thomas. Opportunity here, Paganella trying to get this one out, but it's stopped by Washburn. Now off to D'Angelo. Jim Thomas looking for the setup, and this one now back over to McCants. And he gets this one, just a missed shot off, and now it's off to Sharina. Sharina looking to set up to McCants. Now it's back to Armstrong. Looking to fire the set up. Thomas knocks it away. This shot set up to field, and that is going to conclude the second period. Yellow Jackets on the move here. Had an opportunity to go up to the lead 2-1, but the Green Hornets defense comes through again. And what a game it has been so far. Yes, and a game indeed. I mean, right now, what we thought the Green Hornets was going to have a nice 5-2 lead or something like that against the Yellow Jackets. Now it's a tight 1-1 game. Should be an exciting third period coming up. It's going to come down to the final second for sure. Maybe even a shootout, Andy. Who knows? So second intermission, Green Hornets 1, Yellow Jackets 1, a tied game here. But we will see what happens in the third period. Don't go away, we'll be right back. This is Over 50 Hockey's Game of the Week on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Welcome back here, folks. Third and final period. This is Pernice and Omar Chikwan on the face-off. This one now back over to Steve Byrne. Buckles trying to fend off Ivan. He does. Continuing to trying to move the puck up. This one's stopped by Jaquan. And now taking off his Jim Panisse. Working with Tish. Intercepted. But a potential offsides now. Yellow Jackets regroup. This one now back over to Pullman. Pass away from Tish and now back over to Steve Byrne. Intercepted by Jaquan. Omar Jaquan on the move into the Yellow Jacket zone. Working off of Paganella. And Steve Paganella gets a nice tackle in there. Set up short. This one to Jaquan. And Panisse slips and falls. Very unfortunate for the Yellow Jackets.
An opportunity to move it up, but instead now Kenny Pullman has to regain tracks and has to move the puck around.
Steve Byrne has options. This one to Doug Draper, near opportunity, and now comes Demeza out of the gate. We're going to get it around field, but he makes a nice stop. This one now to Garrick, back over to field, getting this one cleared out. This one now in the Yellow Jacket end, Mark Giacomin with the puck. This one back over to Demeza. Looking to set up. This one now back over to Losmin, firing the short. This one sets up to Draper. Losman trying to clear this one away, and D'Angelo's going to get to it first. And he will knock it back in the Yellow Jacket end. Strader now feeds it to Losman. Puck off to Paganella. This one now to Giacomin, now back to Demeza. Garrett. Giacomin working off of Steve Byrne. Now back to Jaquan. Makes a move up for Losman, and here he comes. Green Hornet Brigade over center ice, now into the Yellow Jacket zone. Stripped loose by Buckles. Now Steve Byrne picks up the slack, fires the shot, hits Dave Garrick. Finds Jaquan. Looking to set up Omar Jaquan, trying to make a move around Buckles, lost control of the puck, regains possession, heading into the deep slot, back to Transtin, to Jaquan. Trying to find Mark Walker, instead it's Giacomin, gets a handle on the puck, now stopped by Walker, regroups to Steve Byrne. Buckholz. And here comes out of the gate, the line-up changing, here comes Neil Armstrong. Working off of Mark Walker, looking to set up to McCants, and it gets knocked away. This one out to foul ball. Coleman. This one now intercepted by Walker. To Tom Ivan Sr. This one back over to Pullman. And 3 Green Hornets trying to get the puck away from Sherino. They finally do. And this one past Washburn. Pass now off to Draper. Back to Buckholz. This one now off to Draper again. Gets it around McCants. Now looking to set up to Tommy, knocked away by Foreman. Armstrong getting this one cleared out, but quickly stopped by Washburn. Off the boards, back in the Yellow Jacket end. This is Strader. Jaquan gets a piece of it. Cincotta trying to get this one cleared out. He does, back in the Green Hornet end. And Phil Field will pick up on the puck. Yellow Jackets with the line-up change here. This one to Cincotta. This one now back over to Jim Thomas, and he's on the move. Gets a nice clean pass over to D'Angelo. Big shot there, bounces off a straighter, and it goes in! It goes in! Oh, Clive, what a shocker here! And now the Yellow Jackets trying to make a claim that it was offsides. But D'Angelo clearly was just open on the net around, and he fired the shot. It bounces off a straighter, missed gaff. Unbelievable, Clive. 6:43 to go, and that is, of course, going to be huge in a game like this, where it was all neck and neck at one, and now all of a sudden the tides turn and the Yellow Jackets are now down again. This one off the Paganella. Off the Tish. And of course there was a potential offsides crossing call already over the blue line, but no call there. Puck intercepted now. Back over to Mark Walker. Finds Bird. Back over to Steve Byrne again. Firing the pass, and this one now going back towards the Yellow Jackets. This one out to Phil Field, and this is to Marty Washburn. Firing the shots, Washburn, knocking it away is straighter. Back to Washburn, firing the shot. This one stopped by Strader. This one now back over to Garrett. Back over from Losmin. Giacomin. Instead, this puck goes back towards the Yellow Jacket zone, past Buckholtz. 4:48 remains. This one back over to Phil Field. Off to Giacomin. Set up to Daneza. Stopped by Phil Field, and this one's now back over. Off to Pullman. And he's going to take it himself. Stripped loose by Chiquan, now back over to Daneza. Firing the shot, stopping is Chewy, and he'll come in with the save. This one going back to Paganella. We'll regroup. This one to McCants. Transton almost got a piece of it, but instead gets a nice successful pass off to Garrick. This one now back over to Byrne. To Walker. Finds Chiquan just off of his reach, and Transton will pick up the pace. Looking to set up to Chiquan. And this one to an open Neil Armstrong. The Stallion with the shot, knocked away by Chewy. And he will trip up Steve Byrne as well. And this one finds a setup pass to Armstrong. He's got McCants to work with. Looking to set up to Scott McCants. This one gets knocked away. Now off to Transton. Washburn off the boards, gets past Garrick. Yellow Jackets will have to regroup with 3 minutes remaining. clock going all the way back before an icing call. 2:33 remain, and it is a tight game here. 2-1. Green Hornet lead. Clive can't get any more exciting than this.
I really can, Angelo. I mean, or Andy, oh my gosh. Had a little brain fart there.
You're sure right you had a brain fart there. Chiquan and Demeza on the face-off. This one back over to Thomas. And this one's going to go all the way back. Yet another icing call made. And that's another 9 seconds off the clock. Definitely expect a sixth man to be coming up anytime soon, because you know the likes of Neil Armstrong, he definitely wants to make sure his team has 6 men by the minute 30 mark.
And of course with Neil Armstrong, they definitely want to make sure the game is tied sooner than later, because they definitely don't want to take it down to the final seconds.
And Thomas will get this slight pass off cleared. This one all the way back to Buckholtz. His pass now to Tish. Looking to set up this Carter, intercepted by Field. This one back over to Field. Finds Chiquan. Makes a move off of Carter. Looking to set up, looking for an open shot to Thomas. And it is stopped by Strader for the save. You can see now that they have Chiquan and Thomas on the same line. Looking to score just another goal to ice the game. But of course, the Yellow Jackets now calling their timeout here. 1:59 remaining. And it is again 2-1 Green Hornets. They're looking to try to see if they can capitalize on this Green Hornet team.
And of course, they have the capability. I mean, this is one of the reasons why Neil Armstrong's team has the advantage in the favor, because they got all these forwards and they got opportunities, all kinds, to set up and make something happen. So I would not be surprised if they can come up with a way to tie this game at 2.
So with that, again, 1:59 remaining in the game. 2-1 Green Hornets. We will be right back. This is Over 50 Hockey on the Bontello Broadcasting Network. 1:59 remaining. Chiquan and Demeza on the face-off. This one to Thomas, firing the shot. Strader kicks it away. This is back to Walker. Looking to set up to foul ball. This one out to Chiquan. Steps in front of Giacomin. Looking to get it back to Walker. Backhands this one. This one now to foul ball in the deep slot. This one now finds his way to Lightning Lou Demeza. This one now intercepted by Chiquan. Back over to Thomas, now to Paganella. This one to Giacomin, has to regroup. Fires up front to Demeza. And they're going to pull an empty netter right now. This is Demeza firing the shot to saved by Chewy, knocked away. And here comes Chiquan the other way. Walking off of Chiquan, here he comes. Flips this one past the company. Jim Thomas trying to skate to his first, and now it's only McCants to save this game for them. And they'll be for an icing call. Jim Thomas trying to outskate McCants to maybe perhaps get the puck before or reach past the Yellow Jacket zone, but unfortunately it's for an icing call. Yellow Jacket season still alive here.
We might as well save the game, but either way, it's going to come down to the final seconds for sure.
Armstrong, this one off to Paganella. Firing shot, knocked away. This one out to Steve Byrne. This one getting cleared out. Demeza regroups. 42 seconds remain. And Demeza will get this one cleared out. This one now off to Walker. This opportunity. And this one's going to be sliding all the way down. It could be a close one, and it's going to go all the way in. It's in for the Green Hornets. That's going to do it. A very lucky clearance pass. Real unfortunate for the Yellow Jackets. An unlucky bounce and an unlucky slide. 26 seconds remain. And the Green Hornets will be the team with 2 wins. But you have to give credit to this Yellow Jacket team. They fought all the way and they made sure it was a hard-fought game. This one back to Steve Byrne. This one to Byrne. Sets up to D'Angelo. Back over to Tish. And this one gets bounced off the balls. Steve Byrne will play with the puck, and that is going to do it, folks. That's the game. Final score, Green Hornets 3, Yellow Jackets 1. And of course, again, the score line definitely does not describe how close this game has been. And of course, again, give credit to these Green Hornets. They played their hearts out, and the Yellow Jackets as well. Yeah, of course, an unlucky bounce in the final seconds did the Yellow Jackets in. And now with the 1-1 record, they have an opportunity to make it 2-1 against the Grey Wolves next week. So we'll see how the end of round 1 goes from there. And of course, Green Hornets escaped thanks to that empty net. They had to play some defense, and they got the defensive effort done there. But again, surprising game. They got the job done. And again, a well hard-fought game, and definitely the game of the week this week. But this has been another production of the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Again, games will be blacked out next week. And with that, with the next week being the last week of 2014, we do want to remind our viewers to have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you all back here in 2015, ready to shine and ready to rumble for more over 50 hockey. Yeah, again, really close game. Can't believe the magnitude of this game. Again, I for one am impressed with the Yellow Jackets. Again, I thought this was going to be an easy victory for the Green Hornets, considering all the forwards that Neil Armstrong had on his team, but they kept fighting hard against the Green Hornets, and now there's a legitimate chance they could finish with the second seed. And so with that, for Clive Tumsey, I'm Andy Townsend saying so long, good night, and we thank you again for joining us here on the Pontello Broadcasting Network for another Sunday edition of Over 50 Hockey. Take care, everyone. Good night.